Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Gen V. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 2 of Gen V, and I don't know why, I feel very silly having even said it out loud. And I think I even said it in the last reaction that I don't know why I thought this was going to be maybe a little bit on the tamer side, that maybe it wouldn't be as graphic violently, or there wouldn't be as much blood, or there wouldn't be, really up close and personal sexual situations. Thank you, Xander, for the hot dog. Yeah, that was... Whew, I'll tell you, when Boys Season 3 came out and I was still doing all of my own editing, I had to zoom into different parts of the show so you knew what was going on because I didn't know how to add things like that. And, woo, thank you, Xander, for the work you do. Good sir. Yeah, that was, okay, so here's the thing. Visually, it was absolutely absurd and ridiculous. And I'm not, turned off by those things. I'm not like, oh, I can't watch this show anymore. I'm like, it's a dick, whatever. But it's the circumstance in which we were seeing it because we knew it was absurd. We knew it was ridiculous. We were laughing at it because it looks just wild and crazy. But, poor Emma... And, she's reduced down to her persona and her powers and what she can do, and she's a sexual fantasy because of that, which I think we see with a lot of female superheroes, is that they're very much reduced down to their looks. And for her, having to do that was really the only way she could find a lot of self-worth, because she would go online and read the comments, on her, whether it was her Instagram or her YouTube, and, when... you could get 1,000 positive comments, but the few negative ones are the ones that really stick and hurt. And thankfully you either grow a thick skin or you really let it affect you. And she's really letting it affect her. Now she's at that age. And that's why a lot of people have problems with social media for kids is, because she's still a kid, is because of how much it can affect somebody and how much of a depression it can put you in or make you do things that will harm yourself in the long run, because I'm sure she'd look back on that experience and feel a sense of shame or disappointment in herself. And she really, the problem is that her powers require her to throw up in order to shrink. And then she's reading comments online that are negative. All of that makes her feel so empty and worthless, I'm sure. And she seems fun. She's funny, when her and Marie are hanging out and they're watching, Golden Boy do his thing, she has a lot of witty quips. So she's got a great personality on her, but no one's giving that a chance. And everybody in this world is really putting, likes and views and all of those things as overly important more than the self. Now, I'd say as a reactor, if you don't like my personality, then I'm not for you, and I'm not going to change myself to fit into a world. And unfortunately, that's what we see her kind of doing, is trying to make people happy by doing things she probably wouldn't normally want to do. Now, speaking of doing things that we might not want to do, Marie did not want to go out. She did not want to do drugs. She very much knew this opportunity that was in front of her after what happened with her parents. And, she didn't want to blow it. And she ended up saving someone's life when Andre, he messes up and kills a lady. She's able to, and this was really cool, push that woman's blood back into her body. Now, thankfully, that was the only person that was bleeding, because I don't know if she can separate. She's okay, you are AB and you are O positive. We're going to just... Red Sea, those things. I don't think she can do that. My editor did tell me that it's hemokinesis, which is essentially blood bending. She's a blood bender. But the fact that she can do that with other people's blood is really interesting, because you could really manipulate somebody's body, cause them to bleed out, cause the blood to completely leave their body, i.e. her parents. So Marie, saving that woman's life was amazing. But because of who she was with, because she was, with the top 3 or the top 4 people at the school that most likely are going to be either high-level crime fighters or, as we saw with Golden Boy, part of the 7, they have to have somebody take the fall, and it's going to be her. So Brink pretty much tells her, like, you're expelled. I don't know who else would have known that. I don't know if he wrote it down, if he sent an email, but I don't think anyone else knows. Because I'm pretty sure she's going to be in the rest of the season, and she's going to be at the university. So Golden Boy killing Brink was kind of good for Marie, even though Marie knew it was a wrong thing to do, and she wasn't behind it, and she was terrified of Golden Boy. I personally am like, Brink seemed like kind of an asshole, but then also I'm pretty sure Golden Boy had a reason, and he was having these dreams where he was seeing like the woods, and then he sees this little boy, and I'm pretty sure that that was his little brother. I'm fairly certain because he had talked about his little brother dying earlier in the episode. So I'm assuming that it's his little brother, but like the woods seems to be this bad place where they take soups or, just anyone with V that has powers and is either trying to manipulate them or trying to somehow use their powers. I'm not quite sure, but it's an adult correctional facility in Elmira, or is the Elmira Adult Correctional Facility Rehabilitation Center, whatever they try to like make it sound like, rather than saying like prison and you're enslaved. That's essentially, I think, what the woods is. And we saw a guy that they were trying to say like he's high on meth, and they arrested him, and I was like, no, I don't think he's high on meth. And then they throw him in a place where he just sees the woods through the window, and so that there's, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Stranger Things, and like the school and the cells that they're in, and like the testing that they go through. Like I was just like, ugh. Either way, it doesn't make me feel good. And then at the end we see Golden Boy kill himself. I think that that's what happened, because he did this and then he made it rain. And I mean, considering how important he was going to be part of the Seven. They were investing in him having a suit. Like, he was pretty important, so he gave up something pretty big. I don't know if we're going to get flashbacks, but I also didn't know that that was Patrick Schwarzenegger. He doesn't really look a whole lot like his dad. Which is not like a diss one way or another, but like I was just like, oh, I never would have guessed that. Normally I'd just be like, you can tell that Huey is Dennis Quaid's son. Like, you can tell. But like in this case, I was like, oh yeah, I never would have called that at all. And I was told that it was Andre that was the, I know that's his character name, that he was the one that died in a motorcycle accident after this season had aired, or during the season airing, which is incredibly unfortunate because I like Andre. I like the actor. I mean, so far I'm only one episode in. I might not like him at all. But I'm going to try to not let that affect my reaction and just be like, oh, poor actor. But like, I'll definitely keep it in mind and, try to be nice but objective if he does something that I need to say something about, because I call out bad behavior. So, and at the end, they had Ashley, running damage control. And thankfully, it's been a week since I watched the last episode, so I don't really remember what was in this season on Gen V, but I wish shows would stop doing that. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it, but that, like, literally is, like, one of my rants. I just started watching Doctor Who, and they go into, like, the next episode, and I'm like, why? I don't need to know. So I'm really excited to get into this episode. I want to see the aftermath, obviously, of Golden Boy. Marie probably is not expelled because I'm pretty sure Brink didn't tell anyone else. I want Emma and Marie to be like good enough friends that maybe Marie will confide in Emma and kind of tell her backstory. I personally think Marie has got a great backstory, and that, she shouldn't be ashamed. Killing your parents isn't something you should be proud of, but she should also be like, that's what happens when you don't know whether or not you have powers. And that's what happens when it's out of control. Going to guide you helps you tame those powers and get them in control so things like that don't happen. Shit like that. I don't know. I feel so bad for Marie. She's been in a shit spot her entire life. I mean, she had it really good up until the day. Your life changes when you get your period. You just never know. But guys, on that note, we're going to move on. We're going to get into this episode. The full-length reactions will be on Patreon. The episodes will be up earlier on Patreon, so if you want to head over there to get them a few days before YouTube, that's where they'll be. But guys, let's get into episode 2 of Gen V. So let's go. Sexual content. This show? Nah. It's okay. It seems to make itself harm. I don't know why I think it's Emma. I mean, I know why. But I'm guessing that it's Emma. No looky loos. Sorry, girl. Imagine watching your friend get put into a bucket.
Golden Boy suffered a full psychotic break, was also a chronic drug user.
Thank God Andre Anderson was there to stop it. Classic superhero story.
Marie Moreau was there too.
Thank you.
What about Jordan Lee?
Oh, a bi-gender Asian with pronoun fuckery. Great fucking idea, Kyle. Try selling that to Dallas and Fort Lauderdale. We lead with Andre and this Marie chick, score some points with the NAACP, figure out the rest later.
Settled then. Andre Anderson will be ranked #1.
Take me off speaker for a second, Dira.
Uh-oh. That's never good.
Just say yes or no. Is the woods part of what happened?
It's under investigation.
That's a yes or no.
When 400 kids learned they weren't gifts from God, but their parents drugged them with Compound V as infants, I barely had any suicides, did I?
Well, you had one tonight.
Yeah. Everybody wants their kids to be superheroes. A different type of cheat. Gosh, the way that they conduct business at Vought is so icky.
God, it hurt. You okay?
Oh.
Okay.
She cares.
I wasn't totally sure what you're into, so I packed the bong.
That's a friend right there. And today happens to be 420 as I'm watching this.
You're sweet. But this is my fault. Getting swept up in all this shit. It's the first day tomorrow. I'm gonna get some sleep.
I think Emma probably needs it more so than she thinks you need it. Do they have anyone to help them through this? Like, do they have a grief counselor? Anyone, like, help them cope?
Can I get a selfie?
Dude, come on.
No?
What's up, my friend? Marie Moreau, say what's up.
Who are you?
Oh, come on. Exclusive reaction video of my best friend Marie Moreau seeing for herself the first freshman ever to be ranked in the top 10, yo.
Use that to your advantage, girl. Yeah, you're #1 now. That is to hurt because his friend just died. Yep, coping.
Fucking number fucking 5?
Why did they lower her? I mean, I would have liked way more of Clancy Brown, so I am kind of sad that he's dead because I wanted more of that performance. But also, Brink is kind of a horrible dude.
I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah. Gross.
I know what Brink meant to you. I don't know why Luke did it.
I think actually she does. Or they do. Whatever word.
Something funny, Rufus?
What? No.
He looks like a prick.
Was it about Golden Boy? I want to hear.
I said what some guys will do just to get away from Kate.
Cute. Buy yourself a nice Louisville slugger and swing that bat as hard as you can into your nuts. And every time you swing, yell Jumanji. Sound good?
Sounds fucking great.
Sounds brutal. Wow. That is quite the power to have. Make somebody do whatever you want them to do.
What is up, my soul sister?
Sorry, I mean, no
disrespect to you or your community. I'm Jeff, God Use Social Media Director. No, I'm sorry about the crutches. Tripped on the red carpet at Paley Fest. This is for you.
I hate everybody.
You fucking own Twitter right now. Hashtag Black Girl Magic.
Ew!
For fighting Golden Boy.
But except I didn't.
Oh, that's good. Modesty, yeah. People love modesty. Now
No,
go
really,
out,
she
be the
didn't.
best in the fucking world at modesty, okay? Come on, we're late. So, do you have clothes or what?
Close for what? Life was better without a phone. I'm throwing mine away. I can't live without it.
Hi. I'm Courtney Fortney. I'm the Vought
Courtney
EP in charge of
Fortney?
tonight's interview.
I have an interview?
So currently we're testing the Guardians of Godolkin. Even when I'm saying it now, it feels like too many syllables. So
Yep.
we'll
It's gonna be big. Like
It's also
post
stupid.
9/11 big.
Okay.
Post 9/11?
What do I say?
Oh my god, these people are horrible.
I've never been interviewed.
God, you're cute. It's just all written out. You're just gonna memorize. Your little brain.
This episode is testing me. It's testing my
Jelly.
patience.
You're like Pretty Woman without the ass fucking for money. It's nice meeting you.
I hate all of them. All of them. Absolutely all of them. Marie, run. Okay, I thought they were gonna put her in a tiny skirt and something. Oh, it is a tiny skirt. I thought they were gonna put her in something like grotesquely inappropriate. Getting into it a little bit though. Eat, girl, eat. Just do it all. Live your life. Take over. It's so funny. I'm like, buck the system. Be part of it and have fun. I want her to have it all without selling her soul.
Did Luke say something to you about my dad?
What?
He just said the woods.
Because Luke whispered something to me before he died. He said, your dad has it.
Well, good luck with that.
That's it?
What do you want her
You're
to
just
do?
gonna run off with your fancy fucking clothes?
Don't be a dick.
I'm sorry your friend is dead. And I'm sorry Brink is dead. But leave me out of it.
She doesn't want to waste this opportunity.
Bitch, you should have taken it.
She hit her with a tail?
You're a cunt, Harper.
Jesus.
Is there anyone more important than the artist? Don't answer that, it's fucking rhetorical.
Didn't he direct Dawn of the Seven? Yeah, but then he showed his dick to Minky Kelly and now he's in director's jail. Oh, shit.
That's right.
Welcome to acting for auditions. How the fuck did I get here? Okay, I want everyone here to partner up and come in next week, the prepared scene, because I want to see what kind of clay I'll be sculpting with.
Creep. Weirdo.
Let me guess. You made this poor girl get small because that's the only way your prick looks big?
What? That's...
No.
Go.
He bangs everyone to compensate for his tiny thimble dick. I should have warned you, I'm sorry. Want to be partners?
Yeah.
Oh, please don't be a jerk to her. Please don't be a jerk to her. They're gonna be a jerk to her.
The intersection of superpowers and mental health, which was my dissertation.
She did get into the school.
Marie.
Sorry I'm late.
I'm Dean Shetty. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please take a seat.
Wow.
It's obvious you belong here.
What about Justin or Jordan? What is his name? I can't think of what his name is.
You didn't do shit. You ran.
Yeah, this person.
Just tell her the truth about what I did, that's all.
They gave me a script. They'll be pissed if I go off.
You're live on camera. Whatever story you tell them, they have to run with. That's what Brink always said.
Oh, well, that's a dangerous game to play, but I get it. I get it.
Why'd he do it?
I don't know.
The dreams. Talk about the
He know what
dreams.
to do.
What do you think he'd do?
He wouldn't stop till he got to the bottom of it.
Guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna solve a mystery this season. Oh god, when does he get to stop doing that? Because he's gonna break it, beat it to death, or die.
Pocket romance, little hero. Those are all Termites movies. Oh, fuck that guy. I went to these huge parties he'd throw with Bryan Singer in the Hollywood Hills. It was gross. I think he just OD'd.
I think he got stomped.
Did you think I picked you because you get tiny? No, I picked you because you're great. Because I want to learn from you.
Is that legit?
Unless you like getting small.
I don't
Maybe
think
I
so.
hate
Yeah.
Hurts. I mean, I'm losing the enamel on the back of my teeth. What do you mean?
You gonna tell her? Can you
It
trust
hurts.
her?
purge?
Yeah. Like I kind of hate myself for it.
Oh,
I
fuck
knew
that. You're not getting small for this scene. Who do you want to play?
Queen Maeve.
Then you're playing Queen Maeve.
Well, good. I want her to feel powerful.
Before I was a dean, I was a behavioral psychologist, specializing in superheroes. You all act like you're made of steel, but you're not. No one is.
She just wants to know your secrets.
I'm here to be a hero. Why do you want to be a hero? To help people. Why, really?
For her sister.
My sister. She got adopted. I don't know where. I've been looking for her. We could be a family again.
Hopefully. I don't know if her sister will forgive her. I mean, obviously, don't trust her, but I also don't like the manipulation emotionally. What if her sister got powers and we don't know about it?
Well,
What if it's the same thing, if it's an onset with hormones or whatnot? Oh my god, what are they doing?
Calm down. Brink's fucking dead.
Brink was like Siegfried. You work with dangerous animals all day, sooner or later you're gonna get bitten.
I think that was Roy.
I live in Vegas and I don't know either one.
Easy, Sam. Every time you try to leave, you hurt yourself.
What are they doing? I hate bots! She fucking told. That bitch.
Hey y'all, it's Justine Garcia, and it's time to spill some tea.
Hey, if it's true, you should really get some help. Can I please see the phone?
Star of Fun Size with Little Cricket has to throw up to get tiny. Just another example of how the patriarchy makes women chase unattainable beauty standards.
She had no right to tell people that. Absolutely none. Oh, sweetie.
Yeah, just like that. Oh, yeah, baby. Just Nancy Reagan that shit.
Nancy Reagan that shit. What does that
Why
mean?
would you do that?
Shit. Was it a secret?
Of course it was a fucking secret.
Sorry, but you never said that. I thought you had an experience that could help other girls.
Yeah,
You
you get a
bitch.
shit ton
You
of followers,
bitch.
huh?
Okay, no offense, but you're being really intense about this.
Punch her in the face. Emma, just punch her.
What?
Security cameras melted.
What does that mean?
Did you do that?
Your dad has it.
What?
What? Yeah, what does that mean?
It was the last thing that Luke said to me.
You never told me the last thing Luke ever said?
Didn't make sense. I thought he was fucking crazy.
Hilarity.
But I think he hid something in here.
Hid what? And where? Oh, he would only be able to find it because he can manipulate metal. That's the spot where he hid it.
That is really Freudian.
Yep, a little bit. A little bit. I enjoy it though.
If you're watching this, I guess things got fucked. Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but they have my brother. He's not dead. He's
Oh, I knew it was his brother.
Call it the woods.
I
It's
knew
like
it was
this
his brother.
fucked up hospital or something. Help Sam if you can, please.
Oh, the older kid is Sam.
His brother who killed himself?
Yeah, he
Obviously
had,
not.
schizophrenia or some shit, right? He died in that facility, that something Grove. Unless he didn't.
Yeah, and they're trying to say Golden Boy had the same thing with schizophrenia.
Underneath that scumbag candy shell, there's a fucking hero. Luke always knew it. And I do too.
Kind of forgot what Andre's power was. Bending metal, but like, is that it? Just manipulating metal? That's it? It doesn't seem like the best power to be number one.
Is Andre measuring the drapes for his room at 7 Tower yet?
You said it, not me.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. What are you doing, kiddo? Gonna go to Brink's office, see if he can look up the woods. He didn't have a password on his computer. Oh. Shut up. Okay, so he can do other things than just bend metal. Okay, starting to see why he's now number one.
Fuck.
Yeah, save him, please.
That's his brother.
Oh yeah, because he saw him running when they said that he was high on meth. Woo!
You pick up the goddamn phone.
Turn your phone off, bro. Hold the button. Slide to off.
Just files in the computer.
Whew.
Jordan Lee was the real hero. Jordan's the one who fought Golden Boy.
I don't think she's gonna say it.
Don't worry. There's not going to be any gotchas. We won't mention your sister.
Excuse me?
What do you mean?
I thought you knew. I'm sorry. We invited her to comment.
You know where she is?
Not really. We just found an email.
You guys are setting her up to have hope, and her sister might not want anything to do with her.
What did Annabeth say?
She said she didn't want anything to do with you. I'm sorry. Anyway.
That is fucking cruel on a whole nother level. Go nuclear, girl. Talk about Jordan Lee.
And it was just you.
Say it. Come on, Marie. Fight the fucking power.
She's either gonna crash and burn or become the Black Starlight.
Hopefully. I just want her to be Marie, quite frankly. Come on, Marie. Say it. Say it.
I knew I had to stop Golden Boy before he killed more innocent people.
Damn it.
Emma?
Oh god, she's in her bed. She's right there. How did she not just see her? I saw her hair. I don't know what she thought was gonna happen. I know you want your family back, girl, but... I totally thought she was in the bed. I thought I could see her hair. Poor thing. It's kind of like cutting, but like for some form of satisfaction to feel some pain some way else.
Did you know about my sister? Sweetheart.
Don't sweetheart her.
Come here.
Mm-mm. 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 Have I mentioned this enough? I hate them. I hate all of them. Every adult in this show sucks. And the majority of the teenagers. Whoa.
What's going on? Can I help you?
All good. Campus security. Nothing to worry about.
Oh!
Let's go.
I wish Marie were with Andre right now. She could just put that man back.
Hey. Did you know soups have a wider range of hearing than us?
Yeah.
Like dogs.
He's number one. They're gonna miss him.
What are you doing?
I'll tell you what I'm doing, Bob. You're gonna get this flashlight nice and wet with your slutty fucking mouth. Then I'm gonna stuff it right up your tight little chocolate starfish until you see God.
You know you want to.
The fuck? Give me the fucking flashlight.
So fucked up. I shouldn't like that Kate does this to people, but I rather enjoy it sometimes. Yeah, just like, what does she need to do to replenish her energy when she does that?
Kate! Kate!
Oh, please don't. Well. Okay, so we definitely got some answers to some questions, some things that I kind of already guessed, and I don't think it's like that big of a guess to guess that Sam is Luke's brother. I didn't put it together though because he saw a young kid. Obviously, he's going to see his brother the last way that he saw him. And then we see Sam as he's older. I don't know how I didn't put together that those were the same person. Anyway. Yeah, so now the woods, and it seems to be an absolutely horrible place. They are punishing people. I don't know what they're doing to him. I don't know what Sam's powers are. But it did look like they were doing a spinal tap. And I would imagine, you know, all these parents that are giving their kids V are expecting, you know, their kids to become soups and to become like, you know, really insanely popular and live amazing lives. It's almost like giving your kid roids to make them like an incredible athlete, or, you know, paying somebody to get your kid into a specific college. Well, yeah. Yeah. I was really, really worried about Emma. Now, first of all, her being friends with Justine, like I was like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't like her. And while I don't think she was being malicious to tell somebody's secret outright, so she has like the tea and the gossip, but like it did help push her agenda. So she's just like, oh, well, you never told me it was a secret. I fucking hate when people play that game. It's like, obviously she didn't just come right out and tell you. So you knew it was a secret. So she's kind of a shit. And telling a secret, anyone's secret, is just awful. You know, you let people say their own things and tell their own story on their own time in the way they want to. And what sucks is that people are judging her for throwing up to get smaller. Well, that is her superpower. That's how she does what she does. And yeah, you throw up to get smaller, to lose weight, or to have a smaller waist, or even if you just have a food addiction, or, you know, like a lot of people that suffer from eating disorders are not the ones that are just skin and bones. You know, we come in different shapes and sizes, you know? So like seeing Emma like doing that and then people shaming her for it was just kind of like, what's wrong with you? Like, obviously she doesn't like doing it. She doesn't want to do it. And it's not like she's going around, like if she were like proud of how she was doing that, she would say so. You know, obviously she felt bad and she doesn't like the way it makes her feel. And it makes her feel empty and she doesn't like doing it. And now people are shaming her for it. Ugh. It's funny because like the first time we meet Emma, I was kind of like, I don't know if I dig her vibe. And now like I am very focused on her story and I want her to be better. Now, I thought she was on the bed. It looked like her hair was on the bed when Marie walked into the room, but I guess she was somewhere else throwing up. It's really sick too that Justine was saying like, oh, like, well, I'm not gonna have you play a role where you're small. Who do you want to play? And, you know, Emma saying, oh, I want to be Queen Maeve, you know, like the strongest soup that's out there, the one that everybody like looks up to and thinks is amazing. And, you know, it played in her hopes and her dreams to like not just be seen as someone who can only play a role that's small, like being typecast, you know. And Peter Dinklage is a really good example of that, to where he doesn't necessarily have to play someone that's like Tyrion Lannister or elves. Like he can play like any role because he's that good of an actor, and it doesn't matter with that. I don't like that. What we saw is a lot of people preying on other people's dreams. But let me tell you, them using Marie's sister to like get inside of her head and break her down and destroy her. I don't know if her sister actually emailed back and said like she's not interested in having a relationship with her. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But like that's the only family that Marie has left. Obviously, she would like to like at least have her say that to her face rather than an email through a news reporter. So I'm heartbroken for Marie for, you know, not being able to reconnect with her sister. And I know that she wants that. If it is true, that sucks for her, but like also her sister has every reason to not feel safe in her presence. So there's just like so much that's going on there. And like the celebrity and like just it being so important, and, you know, her having like a Twitter, even though it's not Twitter anymore, but I still call it Twitter. Do you guys still call it Twitter? I'm not going to call it Z or B or whatever it's called. See? Still didn't call it that. But like the fact that she has to have like all the social media to build her brand because now she's number 8. And I wish that she was more like Starlight in the sense of being rebellious and trying to get the truth out there and saying what really is going on. And I think Jordan actually is kind of mildly owed the truth, even though what he did to Marie was shitty. 100% shitty. She doesn't owe him, but, you know, I think having someone believe in you like Brink, you know, that meant the world to them. And I know that like them slipping down the ranks hurts, but I also think everyone's owed the truth. Now, Andre and Kate being on the case, you know, finding out about the woods, finding out about Sam and finding the phone, which I thought was hilarious because I was like, his only power can't just be bending metal, and then him like being able to do the thing with the thumbprint. Like that's wild. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of Andre. But them like kind of not believing that Golden Boy is just a schizophrenic and that he went nuts and that's why he killed himself. I think that they are good friends and they care about the truth, but I also think that they have a lot of pressure on them elsewhere. I mean, you saw like the way the guy in the Save America hat, what a douche. But like, you know, especially with Kate, like her power is amazing, but it is incredibly dangerous because making someone continually hit themselves, like that's eventually going to be death, right? So she really does have to be careful with that, but you know, she gets treated disrespectfully. And then you have Andre, who's got the pressure of his father, who is a superhero. You know, I can't imagine what it's like to be falling in your father's footsteps because we don't have a lot of soups that have kids that are like that they have like a legacy to uphold. Now Ryan and Homelander, like I don't know if something's gonna happen with that. I don't know if we're gonna see Ryan in this or not. I hope not. I hope not. He's such a sweet boy. I hate that he went with Homelander. I absolutely hate that. But Butcher's a fucking asshole, so there's that too. But I'd rather have him with Billy than with Homelander, obviously. But like you don't see like a lot of legacy soups right now because it's only been around for a short period of time. So, you know, this is happening. So not only does he have his father's dream and his father's shadow, but then his own dream, and that he, you know, I get that when you can do when you can do super things, you want to do super things. But there's a lot of pressure for him to be a lot of different things at one time. Now him and Kate were in the stairwell. Kate, again, using her powers for something that I'm like, that could be death in the long run if we don't make them stop at some point. I don't know if it wears off in 24 hours or like if it just keeps going. That would be awful. But at the same time, the security guard having a lot of fun with fucking with Andre, you know what? I'm not going to cry about it necessarily. Then again, it could be out of sight, out of mind, and I don't have to think about it again, so... But they were definitely going into the woods, whatever, like the phone that they put up to that one little spot opening the wall, killing the other security guard. Like, come on. That was unnecessary. I hate how many innocent people die in this world and in most superhero movies that are kind of realistic. You always see all this death and destruction and blood and mayhem in like this world, but you don't necessarily see it in like the Marvel world or in the DC world. They touched on it with like Superman versus Batman and like, you know, Gotham crumbling and or Metropolis crumbling. I don't think, was it Gotham? I don't know which one it was. I feel like it was Metropolis. I don't remember. But you know, like there is death and destruction that comes with that. And that's one thing, like this show just is like so easy to like kill innocent people. And it's very shocking. That's not to say though that I don't enjoy the show, because I 100% do. I love the tomfoolery and the shenanigans and the blood and the emotion, you know, like I started feeling for Marie because, you know, I lost my sister 20 years ago, and the idea that if we just had a falling out or something, that she wouldn't want to talk to me or have a communication with me, that's heartbreaking. Granted, I wouldn't know what it'd be like to be in this position, but it still hurts because, like, you know, that's her family. That's all she has left. So I really empathize with Marie in that scenario, but I also have to be realistic and wonder if she's being played and it's trying to toy with her emotions, because they didn't know about her sister until she mentioned it to Shetty. So they could just be fucking with her. And I don't like Shetty. I don't like Shetty at all. I don't like any of these adults on here. They're all assholes. And just the way Vought runs things, and just the way like the social media manager was like talking to the interviewer or the PA or whatever she was, like, just they're all garbage, and they're all worried about ratings and numbers and like the fact that Ashley was more upset about all the merch that was coming in from China that she now has to burn because it was all Golden Boy merch and it was like so many millions of dollars, and it's just disgusting. But I like it in this sense because they're not supposed to be likable. You're not supposed to be rooting for Vought to win. Like, you always want the other people to win that are kind of going against the system. You know, they're raging against the machine. And I do enjoy when that happens. But also, like, Ashley's probably like the one human character from The Boys and this that I'm just like, she infuriates me. Like, she drives me crazy. Oh my God, I hate her guts. And I absolutely love her at the same time, where I'm just like, you're wild. You are wild, girl. Like, the stuff that she has to put up with when she talks to the Soups, you know, she's like pulling her hair out and she's got patches of hair missing. And then, you know, when she's talking to humans, she's like full throttle bitch, you know? So it's just like watching her go from having no power to like a lot of power. That like whole acting thing that happens there is just pretty phenomenal. So I really enjoy it. But guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, and the next episode will be available before it goes up on YouTube. So head over to Patreon for any early reactions. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of this episode? I got so skeeved about them saying, like, did you bring any clothes? And it's just like, she's wearing clothes, interview her in that. Like, just how they want to completely change somebody into somebody that they're not, to look the way they want them to look, act the way they want them to act, speak the way they want them to speak. I am definitely not somebody who does that. I do things my own way, and it makes me grind my teeth thinking about being in this world and being on a leash and being told what to say and being force-fed things. I can't. It drives me crazy. But I really like it in this sense because, like, you know, at some point someone's going to snap. Because we saw it happen with Starlight, and it was a beautiful thing. Her catching Homelander on her live, saying what he did, was just beautiful. You know, there's a lot of good that can come out of it, and I like more so the human part of, like, Huey and like Mother's Milk and like all these other, you know, human characters. Frenchie. Now, Butcher, like, he's probably the most human of them all because he's a tortured person, and, you know, he's got this vengefulness to him and this anger and this hate, and he's an alcoholic, and he had a horrible childhood. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that goes into Butcher, and like when they show the humans being so incredibly human, and then we see the Supes that are going through human things, but then they also have these superpowers. I think that it is very interesting to see the difference, but also how they are the same. And it's wild. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait for the next episode. So come back here for episode 3. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.